Hamas uploaded it, and
Hamas uploaded it.
We saw it on Instagram.
Goodness me. I mean, can you tell us what was in the video?
You see Erez being dragged down a road and being manhandled by Hamas terrorists.
Up to 150 people have been taken captive by Hamas after it launched the surprise attack on Saturday on Israel. Hamas have said that they've hidden them in safe places and tunnels within Gaza and threatened to kill hostages if civilian homes are bombed by Israel without warning. Abion is an American national. She joins me from her home near Tel Aviv. 5 members of her family have been taken by Hamas. Abi, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you for having me.
I'd imagine this is a living nightmare for you at the moment. When did you and your family realise that your loved ones were missing?
We all woke up on Saturday morning to sirens. We have family all over the country, and we have a WhatsApp group to check in with one another. And our family who lives in the south, they live on a kibbutz called Nir Oz, which is very, very close to the border. When the rockets begin, they basically don't leave their bomb shelter. And we were getting WhatsApp communications for them that Hamas had infiltrated the kibbutz. We had seen photos that they had come across the border, and then we understood they were in the kibbutz. We got WhatsApps that they were in their homes, that they could hear gunfire, and that their homes are being turned upside down, and that they were afraid for their lives.
Goodness me. And anything after that?
We lost communication with them between 11 and 12 on Saturday. We believe that the army asked them to stop using their phones so that they wouldn't be a point of communication. And once that happened, we understood once the Israeli army took control of the kibbutz that it had been burned to the ground, and most of the residents, or many of them, had been slaughtered. For those that survived, they were able to get away, but the 5 members of my family are not accounted for among the living or the dead. On Sunday, we got video proof of my cousin's 12-year-old son in the hands of Hamas. So we believe that all 5 of them have been kidnapped and are being held hostage by terrorists.
Goodness me. How did that communication come through? So you had a video of your 12-year-old
cousin. Hamas uploaded it.
Hamas uploaded it.
We saw it on Instagram.
Goodness me. I mean, can you tell us what was in the video?
You see Erez being dragged down a road and being manhandled by Hamas terrorists.
And was there any warning, any demands?
There's Arabic being spoken around him, but it's not long enough or
yeah.
This is all we know.
Yeah. So based on that, you are holding on to the hope that all of the family members are alive, that if your 12-year-old cousin Erez is alive, and in that video, that the other members of your family are alive.
Yes. My cousin Carmela is 80. She is an American and a French citizen as well as Israeli. She has a heart condition and she's without medication. She's with 3 of her grandchildren and her son-in-law. One of her grandchildren is Noya. She's 13 and has special needs. What happened Saturday is not a war between 2 militaries. It was a terrorist attack and an atrocious attack on civilians. 3,000 terrorists broke across the border to rape and kill and behead Israelis and bring them back to Gaza.
Tell me how you're feeling, Abi.
I feel all the things. I am sad and scared and angry. And I'm also optimistic because I believe at the end of the day, there are more than 100 hostages. They are civilians. And I think that they are being used in an unfair game. And I believe that the international media and community will raise their voice to demand their being brought home immediately.
You have faith in the international community. You have faith in the Israeli authorities. Are you getting enough reassurance, enough information?
We're not getting reassurance or information. We are being supported both by the French and the US government. We know that the Israeli government and military are doing what they do. But as someone who was born in the United States, as a Jew who lived in the US and Israel, as someone who was brought up in the generation after the Holocaust, I know deeply that this is not the time when you want to stay silent. There was a time when people did not use their voices, and this is the time that people should speak out against terrorism.
What is your message this evening, Abby? What is your message to the leaders involved in this conflict, to the people caught up in it, and to your family members?
To find a diplomatic solution to bring civilians home safely, and to think about ground incursion or war after they are returned home. And to my family members, that we love them and that we're fighting for them, and that we have only hope that this will resolve itself. And we ask that the rest of the world raise their voice to help us.
Abby, have you thought about what happens after this? In fact, I'm sure that you can't think too far ahead, but does this make you want to return to the US?
Right now, I definitely am not thinking that far ahead. What I can tell you is that Israel and the Jewish community globally are a small and strong community that have come together to raise money and get supplies and feed and care for our soldiers and for the people in need right now. And I feel very, very proud to be part of both communities. And that's as far as I've gotten.
Yeah, Abby, if you can, I would love you to read out the name and the age of your relatives who are missing, so that we can send them some good thoughts from here.
Thank you. Carmela Dan is 80. Ofer Calderon is 50. Sahar Calderon is 16. Noya Dan is 13. And Erez Calderon is 12.